detailed reading for Bethel. After this, we'll do a detailed reading for Chris. So I'll just get these shuffled out and then I'll set the timer. Okay. I'm just waiting till it's 1 minute. 1 minute. We'll get the clock started as soon as it's 1 minute. Okay, that's going to take a little while. I'm just waiting for the text to start coming up. It doesn't look like it normally looks on my camera. Normally there's different things at the bottom. I think they may have updated it or changed it, or might be their updates on the phone. All right, here we go. 1 minute. Come on, start. Okay, there's my timer going. Okay, Bethel, so you've asked for a general reading, but you also want to know what are the true feelings of this Virgo person. You did put in brackets love, hate, what is it? Friendship, anger. So Bethel needs to know what's coming in October and what's the energy around this Virgo connection that she has. What does he feel? What's his true feelings there? So we might separate this reading a little bit. We'll just do general messages first, and then I'll do another quick spread. Instead of doing 555, I'm going to do 333 on general messages and then 333 on this connection. Good morning from Australia to Divine. Divine, I've got 2 readings at the moment. I'm not taking any readings until I get through the next one. So if you were planning on having a reading, let my world know, which is Nina, and she'll just write your name down ready. You'll be next. And that goes for anybody coming in the room, Nina. Just put everything on hold. It's actually 11:30 a.m. on Thursday here in Australia. All right, Bethel, here we go. So we're going to do 4 at the top and then 333. This is general messages for October for you. You said love, money, work, whatever. So we're doing the 333. All right, so first up, you've actually got a whole load of love cards coming out for the general messages. So I'm going to put these back in and reshuffle when we do the next section. What to look out for? Let's look at work and money first, even though there's not much here to do with that. Your struggle area for October is showing me just sort of not getting the correct information, a lot of frustration going on. There's a bit of self-doubt in regards to your work, your financial situation, and what you're going to be doing. There's some kind of confusion. There is a need to return to the past in regards to your work, your money situation. So something you were doing 5 years ago, or some plan that you had before, or some sort of studies that you used to be doing. I'm seeing that during October, you're going to start reflecting and looking at where you were and what you want to do. Where you were 5 years ago, did you think you'd be where you are right now? So there's a lot of reflection going on in October in regards to your working situation. What's coming towards you in October? You do have double black aces, which is all about contract signing. You also have the double kings finishing the outcome here. So the double kings, as well as this Jack of Diamonds. Jack of Diamonds is like a student or a new employee. So you'll either be training somebody or getting trained yourself. I like that you got the double aces and the double kings, because this is during October, you're going to be reaching out and there's going to be something signed. In regards to court, this could represent the lawyer. This could represent the learning phase and what's going on and a new step being taken. The 2 aces could represent a final decision coming down. There is a bit of confusion around all of it leading up to it. You do have 10 of Hearts sitting next to a nice surprise here in October. Now, generally speaking, with love in October, not focused on that Virgo personality, there's more than one person in October. We have somebody that needs to grow up, needs to face the reality of things, someone that's being a little bit childish about things. We then have somebody very strong and secure with what they want with you or from you. And then we have somebody that you really, really desire, but you're just not sure where this is going to go. Underneath it all, in general purposes, we do have this needing to learn from the past, needing to see what went wrong. We have a triple ace situation here. So in regards to a love matter, it's going to take 12 months to either work or not work, basically, from when it started, okay? In regards to a job matter, something would take a 12-month period. If you had 4 aces come out, it would be going to happen very quickly. But you've got 3, which is still good. It does mean a lot of change is coming. It's almost like you're going through some transition phase. Your top cards, before I even started this, now I'm going to put these back while I'm shuffling and talking about this. We're going to focus on the Virgo energy now. What's he actually feel? Your top cards was being in a crowd of people that you love, you adore, feeling a lot of comfort and desire and things like that. Nice foods, comfort foods, parties, celebrations, gatherings. You've got the Two of Hearts that you are looking at. The Queen is looking at the Two of Hearts, Bethel. So basically that's you looking at, I'm ready to commit to somebody. I'm ready to have that kind of relationship. Behind you or out of your vision field is the Black 2. This basically tells me that who you've got your eyes set on or what you've got your heart set on hasn't got the same journey in front of them, okay? I haven't done free readings for a long time. I can't read that name. It's too small. Is it Tiffany? Tiffany? I might do a free star sign if you hang around. It just depends on if there's payments coming in. I'm only staying on for a short duration. Okay, now this is the Virgo energy, Bethel. Virgo energy for Bethel. If you give Nina, which is my world, your star sign, no question, I'll do a yes or no on that, but only after I do the next paid reading. What does Virgo feel, the Virgo feel for Bethel at this point and through October? It's not nice, Bethel. We do have the very strong, opinionated male coming out. This is somebody very up in their head. No is no, black is black, white is white, yes is yes. There's no in between, no maybes, no this person wants what they want when they want. There is, you ask, is there love? Is there passion? Is there desire? Or is there hate? There is a very strong love and desire card from the Virgo. This is your reading. It's from you as well. Like you've connected to this person and you feel something and you can't let it go. But then there is this third party energy on the end here. And this is like, this is a nice shock. This is like, oh my God, I feel so much. This is, oh my God, what's this all about? What's going on here? It's almost like accusation. So I don't know if the Virgo accused you or you accused him or somebody else has stuck their nose into the business. What's the challenge in October with you and this Virgo energy? Making a plan is good, but there's no real communication, and any communication seems like anger or frustration or something's wrong there. There's a possibility of reconnecting. The reconnecting is sitting in the challenge. Reconnecting with this person is a challenge. It's like you map it all out of how it would be, what it would look like, what you would talk about, what sort of outcome you're expecting. And then when it's confronting, it's either silent treatment or anger, or it starts off okay and it seems to escalate. What maybe will happen can be silence, anger, frustrations, not nice, but then the outcome cards are the opposite. The outcome cards, I feel, are not the Virgo. I feel this is somebody else. I feel that this might be showing me that what's done is done with the Virgo, and during the October phase, it is showing me 9s everywhere, which is September. I feel that there's going to be some conclusion comes about with the Virgo energy. I'd like to say that the Virgo is going to have a change of heart, and this is you and him enjoying socializing with each other, talking the talk, feeling lots of love and warmth. I'd like to say that that's him, but personally, my feeling, my intentions are telling me that this is somebody else. Somebody else that wants to show you a good time, wants to talk to you, wants to treat you like with respect and dignity, what you deserve, and love. So the outcome, I did ask what's his feelings, what's he feel for you. We've got love and hate here. We've got very opposite energies here. We got where there's a lot of passion, a lot of desire, a lot of love there, but then there's this brick wall, and it's harsh. Your outcome with the Virgo, the decision is looking really good. Bottom of the deck, what you might not be aware of is there's some other player here. The Jack of Clubs is some other person that's looking at you, that's wanting you. There is this sudden ending card sitting right there, and then there's you being you. There's also a big, big energy in this reading, Bethel, about a baby girl. So I don't know if the Virgo has children, but there's female energy around this reading, and it's showing me like a child or a baby or something like that, unless it's trying to tell me that you and him are going to reconcile and you're going to get pregnant and you're going to have a baby girl. I don't think so. I didn't see the fertility card, but it's talking about female energy, childlike energy. All right, the buzzer's gone, so we'll just do 2 from the top of these and 2 from the bottom. And in the middle, I'm going to take 2, and that's for 2 questions. I want you to think about 2 questions, Bethel. Hey there, Chris. You're up next with your general reading for October. This is the end of Bethel's now. And after Crystal's reading, if I can, and that person's still hanging around, Tiffany, I think it was, I'm going to pull 3 cards for her star sign. All right. Bethel, last messages. I want you to think of 2 questions, 2 from the top and 2 from the bottom about this Virgo energy, the connection. There's little or no substance sort of going on right now. You're ready. You're desirable. People are wanting you. You're happy. You're happy-go-lucky. You're fun-loving, hardworking. I feel that this is telling me that you don't realize that apart from this Virgo thing that you've got going down, there's other energies trying to connect with you. You've got the barrier up. I don't know if this is the Virgo putting the barrier up and just not connecting. You need to trust in what you feel. You need to know, can you fix this? Will this work or not? Now, I do know that there's been a lot of negative energy around this last full moon phase that we had. The full moon here, when we seen it one night, when we went out the front door, it was red. And then it went orange and it was massive. And I thought, no wonder I couldn't sleep. You know, I had 3 nights in a row I couldn't sleep. Now, your 2 questions, Bethel, we've got a maybe kind of situation. And your second situation, we've got more of a no. There's something about letting go and then looking in a different direction, okay, with your second question. Your first question, it's something about wanting a bond, but it's wanting a bond with the wrong energy. Because you've got the player energy and then you've got a stable 2 people together. So player and stable doesn't, it's like oil and water, doesn't mix. Okay, now there's a lot of people coming into the club for lunch, which is unusual for this day. They shouldn't be coming in here. Anyway, that's you, that's Bethel. Why does the moon bring? I don't know. I never really got into the whole moon phase and everything until I was probably about 30 or something, and then I started hanging around somebody that was all into the star signs and the moon and the planets and what it does. And then I realized that whenever it was full moon, and being that I'm a water sign, it made sense that, you know, I get this emotional surge. And when I worked in community services and I had dealings with mental health and the hospitals and the psychiatric units and all of that sort of stuff, when I was working within that area, people with dementia or bipolar disorder, schizophrenia, they literally said that full moon in the hospitals, in the emergency department, is the worst. In the dementia wings, the full moon thing is almost like the sundowners for a whole week. Anybody that knows about dementia knows what I'm talking about with the sundowners. When the sun goes down, there's certain individuals with dementias, Alzheimer's, and brain injuries and things like that. It's like they come to life. Some of them are aggressive, some of them running around town. You can have somebody that looks like they're catatonic in a bed, and then as soon as the sun starts to go down, they'll jump up and they'll run around the ward. So I have no idea, but all I know is that the moon is very strong because it affects our tidal flow on the planet. The water is all about emotions. So I don't know. I don't know. You literally had your baby on a full moon. My mum was a nurse, and she also says that about the full moons. Yeah. I had to go to hospital, and it was full moon. And I think it was my daughter had a tummy ache or something when she was young. And I couldn't believe there was people in there with blood on their head, and people were shouting and swearing. And when we went in, I was literally going to take her home, but she was not well. And I said, "What's going on?" And they said, "It's full moon. It's full moon. It's just like psycho, full moon." Anyway, I'm not going to be on for very long. Up next, we have Chris, Nina. I haven't done Chris's second question yet. She said that to go ahead with it online. Yeah, murder and crime rates are their highest. People just, something happens. But if you think about it, our tidal flow, our oceans go up and down, and we have king tides, and it's all, everything's interlinked with the moon, you know. When I was going fishing during the warmer months, and we're going to be doing that again soon, we would catch the most fish during the full moon coming up towards the afternoon. We could be there all day for 3 hours and get some bites and that, but nothing really happening. And then bang, 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 we'd start catching fish. And we found that every time we went to catch the fish, we would go in the afternoon, an hour before the sun was going down, and it was full moon phase. And that was the best time to catch particular fish. So it affects everything. I reckon that the fish all go crazy when it's full moon, and they all swim around from here to there, and yeah. Yeah, and then you got your gravity as well. People are turning into werewolves. You got it. Anyway, and take notice when it's full moon what your dreams are like, if you can manage to go to sleep. You know, like, take notice of what's going on. And women with their cycles and moon, God help you if your cycle falls on full moon. Like, oh my gosh, that's like a double whammy all in one. And God help the person that's the partner or the children of those women, because they could go psycho. Anyway, Chris, detailed reading, general messages for October. Thank you for the donation. Sorry for the delay. And then after that, I think Alyssa has made a payment. We might be finishing up after that because it's 11:45 now, and I was only planning on staying on till about 12, 12:15, and then I've had enough. So, yeah, Chris, what's Crystal need to know? What's coming towards her in October? Work, money. Oh, and I'm wondering how your meeting went about your job. That they had a different position in mind for you. Good for you. All right, here we go. Crystal, messages for October. So this is just general. I'm not going to name names or anything like that, Chris. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. All right, we've got a definite up and down phase in October. Your highs are going to be very high and beautiful and wonderful and fantastic, and your lows are going to be very low. Okay. In regards to partnerships, let's focus on work first. I'll look at work first, okay? We have contracts, we have decisions, we have doing things by the book, we have insurances or something going on. Remind me to come back, but there's a hospital thing here, a pregnancy thing showing up, baby boy, baby girl. We have triple aces, which is fantastic, coming out in this reading in regards to money, work, future, stability. We have a hard choice to make in regards to work and what you need to do. It's like you can see the plan, but you can't fully see if you do this or if you do that. You can't fully see where you're going to end up. And it's a little bit scary if you don't stick with what you know. It's a little bit scary looking at something that's totally different. Whatever your decision turns out to be, it's showing me a lot of money flowing in with a lot of planning of where that money is going to go and how you're going to accumulate more money for the future. There is an offer coming in that you're going to contemplate, but it's almost like you've signed a contract about what you're going to be doing and you've obligated yourself to that particular person or company or whatever, Chris, and then something else comes in that you can see is a better deal and it creates a conflict for you within yourself. Whatever you end up deciding is showing me a positive outcome in regards to money, financial situation and work. Coming back to the whole pregnancy, hospital, all of that, you have 9 of diamonds, which is cesarean birth. You have 9 of clubs and 9 of spades. You've got 3 9s that have come out here. I've seen this before with you in regards to potential pregnancy and babies where I don't feel that you're going to have smooth sail with a pregnancy. I feel that there's going to be complications along the way. I do see a healthy baby at the end of it all and a healthy mum at the end of it all. But I do see a lot of challenges, but I don't feel it's literally health or physical challenge. I feel it's more to do with your emotions and your relationship and all of that sort of thing that's impacting this whole thing. There is somebody coming from your past reconnecting with you in October. And we've touched base with that about who that potentially would be. I'm not mentioning names. There's a conclusion coming up for you. There's something that you've been pondering it, you're deciding on it, and you're going to be in October making a firm decision on which way you're going to go with this particular situation. You are bringing something to a close, but there's also a new beginning on the horizon for you in October. In regards to love, relationships and everything in October, just in general terms, as I said, there's a reconnecting with somebody. There is a female you're reconnecting and a male. So there's some female, maybe a cousin or maybe a friendship that you used to have that you haven't seen in years. But there is a reconnecting going on there. It possibly is through work as well, where somebody's reaching out to you and saying, hey, haven't seen you for years. You'd fit this position over here where we are. You should come and talk to my boss. Yeah, there may be something to do with work connection and a reconnecting with somebody. I'm not going to lie, the love situation, the relationship situation, as I said right at the very beginning, the highs are going to be high and passionate and loving and feeling like you've gone 5 steps forward. The lows are going to feel like you've gone 10 steps backwards. Just when you start to feel you're getting somewhere, Something will come in to pull it backwards. Now, in regards to a health-related matter, I do see surgery sitting around a female. I don't think it's you. It's a hit and miss kind of surgery. So what I mean by that, Chris, is it's like we're going to try this, but we're not really confident that it's going to change much of what's going wrong here. And I'm feeling like I need to swallow. I'm feeling like there's something coming up with this female. There's something affecting possibly the liver, pancreas, something, and the stomach. Okay, it's not you, so please don't get worried about yourself. Yeah, this energy is around a female. Whatever it is they're trying to do, there's a moderate success, but then it's sort of like slowly going back to where it was. So let's say somebody had some growth on their hand. It's causing other dramas within the body. They say, we're going to go in and operate, remove it, but they remove it and there's something else somewhere, and slowly but surely we end up back to square one with whoever this individual is. There is a gathering of people coming up. Part of it's to do with business. It's almost like you're going to some seminar, some kind of training coming up. There may be a discussion that turns into quite heated with a female. Not sure who this is, but there's a relative connection there, either your side or your partner's side. I do feel there's going to be words exchanged to reach a conclusion for yourself. I don't want to put too much out there on a live reading with what I'm feeling here. I might pass messages through WhatsApp for this, what I'm feeling here and who this could be. Anyway, sticking to general terms, let's see what we get here. And I want you to think about two sort of questions you've got in mind, Chris, which I'll take from the middle of the deck. All right, this is for Chris, October, general messages for October for Chris. So we've got a mini read for Alyssa coming up. Sounds like a helicopter outside. All right, your two questions, we're going to put those two there and those two there, first and second. All right, general messages, Chris, just to finish this all up for you. Your challenges for October, we have the Hierophant. This can be about your job, commitment to your job. It can be your relationships. It's sitting in the challenge area for October. We see you coming up upside down here. Usually this can be you getting angry, getting annoyed. It also can be you feeling that you're not being true to what it is you want or who you are. Your lovers is in your challenge area as well. It is sitting in reverse, so this can be the love and that is there, but is it enough, or what do I do? It can also be something about a past connection where it's sitting in the challenge area about what to do about it. Because I do keep seeing that there's a reconnecting with someone from the past, and not necessarily the thing I was looking at before. Could be somebody else. Coming up, we do have you picking your path and sticking to it. We also have the Emperor in reverse. Now, I have mentioned in previous readings who I believe this is. It can be you yourself feeling that you're trying to be powerful and move forward, but you feel that your power is just not there. The other way of looking at it can be a powerful energy trying to coerce you or persuade you, and you're not buying it. You're not taking it on. We do have another Queen sitting here in reverse. So like I said, I was picking up on an energy there. There may be words exchanged in October. It also could mean, in regards to health-related matters, that's the female that's not doing too well. The Emperor in reverse is losing her strength, not feeling too good. Your outcomes are hit and miss. We do have the Six of Pentacles. It is in reverse, so it just could be that you're choosing who and where you want to be and who you're going to give your energies to and who you're not. We've got teamwork sitting here, which is, as I said, hit and miss. some good and some not so good. It also refers to the threes, refer to the stomach area, the pelvic area. And as I said, I was feeling this liver, pancreas, possibly kidneys, stomach, something there. And then over here on the end, we do have the Seven of Swords, some kind of deception or someone hiding something in October, and you're trying to get to the bottom of it. Bottom of the deck, we do have the moon in reverse. Yeehaw. Moon in reverse. I like it in reverse because it means something's going to finally come to light. You're going to have your answers in October. You're going to know something. You're going to make a firm decision in October. We do have a new beginning coming in October. You're going to cast away your fears and do something. Again, we have Five of Cups energy floating around, someone from the past making a connection there. Just to finish off, Chris, we have 2 questions I told you to focus on. Your first question is, if you wanted a yes and a no, it's a yes. I'm hoping you were asking about pregnancy because you have the 9 and the 3 of Cups. The only thing missing is the baby, but I didn't pull 3 cards. We have a Queen coming out. She usually represents the doctor, and in your case, a female doctor, a gynecologist. I'm hoping that you asked, would you be having a baby? Would you be getting pregnant and everything? Because this is a definite yes. If you didn't ask that, it's just telling you friendship, fertility, and wishes coming true. Very, very nice energy on those 2 cards. Your second thing you were thinking about, you have Ace of Cups and 2 of Cups. The 2 of Cups was in reverse, but I wouldn't get too depressed about that. I just feel that this is a waiting game here. You need this to turn around. It will turn around because your Ace of Cups was following the upside down 2 of Cups. So any kind of relationship issues or something that just doesn't feel that it's on board, it is going to turn around and you are going to be happy. I feel like you've got 3 of Cups, 2 of Cups, 9 of Cups, and Ace of Cups for the questions that I pulled for you. Really, really good energy. No negative energy there. 1 in reverse, but I wouldn't worry about that. All right, up next we have Alyssa. Just before I go on to Alyssa's readings, was that it for the readings after Alyssa? Did the person who wanted the free thing leave, or are they still here waiting for 3 cards to be pulled on their star sign? Not ask a question. If I went online and said I'm doing free readings, you are here? Okay, I'm assuming that's Tiffany. It looks like a Z. It looks like Tiffany Twisted, Sagittarius. Tiffany Twisted. It looks like ZZ. It looks like Ziffany Zwisted. It looks like Z. All right, so what we're going to do is pull these. I want you to focus in your mind on what you want to know. I'll give you a yes or a no. Actually, I'll pull these for you. So the Sagittarius. So if anybody else that's watching is Sagittarius, this, guys, is for you. All right? Okay, we're going to take that for Sagittarius, that one of those. Show me, Sagittarius people. What do they need to know right now? What's the energy around them? And if they've got a question in mind, is it yes or no? All right, that one's flipped. The one that flipped, unfortunately, is the 9 of Swords. This is something you're agonizing about, Sagittarius. It is a no energy that flipped out into my hands. These 2, this is 3 cards that flipped out, so we'll read them for you. Your messages for Sagittarius, in regards to yes or no, we have a no energy here. We have 9 of Swords, the Tower, the 5 of Cups in reverse, and a Queen in reverse. So either if you're female, you're just not yourself and you just don't know what to do and you're very frustrated with things. You could even be very angry at the moment. Or you're dealing with somebody that's just not giving you the answers you need. And finally, just a few little messages for Sagittarius here. Be careful of false accusation, things that are, someone's been a little bit excessive. Somebody's trying to have something, but at what cost? what's going on there. The Five of Cups being in reverse is actually a promising card. It just means that things that you've been waiting for or whatever, it will return. There is a new happiness coming back, okay? And there's a forgiveness. So either you forgiving or somebody else forgiving and letting something go. As I said, the Queen in reverse can just mean someone's being overbearing. It can also mean someone being a little bit irrational at the moment and just not being right. The card that flipped was there has been a lot of unhappiness, anxiety, stress, sleepless nights about whatever's going on for Sagittarius. Hopefully that helped, Tiffany. Anyway, up next we are doing Alyssa, and I think we're finished then, are we? If nobody else has paid, this will be the last reading and I'll finish up. Chris, I'm going to give you a few words on what else with that reading I did for you, just a few names and things like that, what I was picking up on. Yeah, okay, so Alyssa is next with a mini read. Okay, work and job training. 2 mini reads. Vibes between... Alyssa, is that Fernando? That's Fernando, isn't it? So you want to know mini reading on the job, the training, and then vibes. Fernando. Okay. Yeah, Fernando. I thought so. All right, good luck. Yeah, I think I'll close after this, guys. I don't know. I mean, one of those things, like, since I haven't been coming online, I just haven't been wanting to come online. Not that I don't want to help everyone and do the readings and everything, and I do need money after I've been robbed and all my cash is gone. It's my son's 40th birthday tomorrow, and I'm making a glorious cake, which I hope is going to turn out. I'm just going to start this again for you, Alyssa, because I'm focusing on my son and his birthday, and I don't want that in your reading. All right, let's start that again, and let's Betty about my son and that. Anyway, he's turning 40, and then next week, on the 1st of October, is my daughter's 27th birthday. And yes, they're from one marriage, one man. It's just my body didn't know how to produce a baby for 13 years. All right, here we go. Alyssa would like to know how she'll go with the job training. How will Alyssa go? Oh, that just flew out of the deck. This is making your plans and seeing everything start to flow the way you thought they would go. So everything positive you thought about this, not the doubts, not the fears or the sleepless nights, all the positive things you think that will happen with this training and what the end result will be, you need to focus on the positives here, because that just flipped out of the deck that it's going to work. All right. Okay, Alyssa, I'm going to shuffle these while we're doing this, because this is a mini read. All right, that flipped over. That's you yourself, being yourself. That's the big message here. Be yourself, not what you think they want you to be, because that's not who you are. Be what you are, and that should be good enough for what you're doing, okay? You will struggle with this training. A lot of it is all in your head. Doubting yourself. I can't do this. What if somebody's better than me or faster than me or whatever? Okay, moving forward, we do have a plan, an offer. Be careful who you're talking to or who you're getting advice from, or you said it's job training. If the person training you and you don't feel that it's a good match and there's an option to be trained with somebody else, ask that, can you try something else, okay? So let's say that there's 4 sections of what you're going to be doing, and you feel that you're stronger with this particular individual and you feel a weakness with another individual, go to whoever's in charge and say, if we're allowed to select, could I be training with this particular person? I feel more comfortable there. But I just see something about you sorting something out and feeling like you're on the right track. The outcome is what you thought was going to be a lot of work, like 9 pages, is actually 2 pages. So it's showing me everything you feel is a major struggle at first turns into like the back of your hand, like easy peasy. Bottom of the deck, what you might not be understanding is that you're stressing over nothing. You're building something up in the negative way instead of focusing on the positives. So thankfully you're doing the training not when it's full moon. Okay, and then let's just do these tarots. What were you saying there? You might be traveling to get more training on your future job since your school did not have the detailed or extent. Okay. Yeah, not on the full moon. All right, Alyssa and this training that she's going to be doing. I don't know if you had the Jack of Clubs come out, because that is about work and training, movement. All right. Overall energy about the job training, a star. That's really, really good energy. That's your wishes, your dreams, your hopes. It's going to work. What's your challenges with this training? Money. So I don't know if you have to travel, is it going to cost a lot in fuel expenses or catching the train or the bus and that? So I feel that to do this training, there may be compromises made in your financial situation. This is also about the unknown, the fears. 7 of Swords can be about cheating, cutting corners, but I don't think that's what it's revealing. I think it's you with the unknown. Also, this is you doubting yourself. This is the student on his journey or her journey. This is in reverse, so this is you doubting yourself. The outcome cards of where you're going is you being successful, rejoicing, working in a team, celebrating at the end of it all, but you do have 2 doubt cards. This is the temptation to cut corners and do the wrong thing. It's in reverse, so you're going to say no to that. And this over here, there is a fear around money in regards to this training. So yeah, that's what I get. We'll quickly do one question and then we'll move on to your second question, and then we're finished for the day, guys. There's a lot of people building up next door here. We'll start that in a sec. A good 1,000. Oh, wow. That's a lot. That's a lot. But you've got to look at the benefits at the end. You had, out of 9 cards, you only had 2 negative cards. Out of 10 cards, actually, because you had the bottom one. 11 cards, you had the one at the top. 9 out of 11 cards was very positive about this whole job thing. 2 were about cutting corners and financial stuff. Or 1 was sort of like fears and worries around the money. So there was 3 not so great, but the majority were positive. Just think about a question, Alyssa, and then we'll move on to your Fernando question. I'm going to take them from the middle. If you wanted a yes or a no, you've got double yes here, so I don't need to pull a full 3rd card. And I'm just going to get, for your second question, ready out the way. Right, they're ready for when we do the next one. Your messages here and what you're thinking about is going on the journey, the travel and everything. It's a card that can represent, because it's in reverse, it can represent about not wanting to go or making excuses or even being lazy, okay? The other thing is, if you don't take advantage of things, you're going to miss out. So it's talking about working out what you need to do. But if you wanted yes or no, you had 2 yes cards come out. All right, let's reset the clock. And this is the last reading today, guys. Yeah, my son's turning 40. Makes me feel really old. So we're all gathering at his place. He was supposed to be having this big nighttime party. We were supposed to dress up, and he'd been talking about it for ages. And then a big change of plan happened because one person told this person and that person, and people got annoyed. And so he said he cancelled the whole thing, and we're just doing a quiet little get together, the immediate family and 2 very close friends. But I'm still making a fancy cake, which if it turns out, and I'm determined it will turn out, I will do a little video and put it on my channel of the cake I make for my son's birthday. My daughter, even though it's only her 27th birthday next week, has requested that I make her a cake and that I come up to Sydney to my son's place and cook her a roast dinner for her birthday, because she's got plans with her young friends to go out and party on, but she wants to have a just us with mum cooking the roast dinner and mum doing the cake. I'm trying to convince her, I'm going to try and convince her on Saturday that we just go to a restaurant, but I do a cake for her to go back to her brother's house to have the cake. I was trying to convince her to come down to my place for her birthday, but it's a bit complicated for my son and his whole family to get to my place because there's basically not enough room in the car for everyone. Anyway, let's get on with Alyssa's second read. And Chris, I will let you know about the extra bits on your reading. Okay, Alyssa and Fernando. I'm wondering if Rocky was coming online, because I just thought of Roberto in my head just then. O'Neill's here. Life path reading. I'll talk about that in a sec. Fernando and Alyssa. As soon as I finish this, I'll talk about that. Don't go anywhere, O'Neill. And I'll tell you my version of what I would do. Here we go. Good luck, Alyssa. I'm going to do the same thing as I did before. I'm going to get these out while I'm doing that. It's up and down with Fernando, okay? He basically says one thing and does another. You also there's some kind of wanting to go somewhere, like to some big gathering or birthday party, or go to the Sunday markets or the fair. And then when it comes up, like let's say he says, oh, look, do you want to come with me and we'll go and watch this show or whatever? You're like, oh, yeah. But then there's doubt around it, about it even happening, or oh, I couldn't do it, or I didn't have the money, or my mother got sick, or I just feel like a plan happens, but then something falls apart with the plan. I also see things like when you two talk or when you come together or anything like that goes on, there's a lot of things that are not being said. It's either you're holding back or he holds back. And if you're thinking, if I say this to him, you're expecting a particular response and you're not getting it, okay? The challenges coming up around you and Fernando, there's a lot of fear about if you move on from him, you fear that he'll just go in a direction with somebody else and you couldn't handle it. But there's also this, if you move on to somebody else, then he will come back and then you won't know what to do. So it's sort of like you're going around in a circle like this, where you're waiting for him, but then you're waiting for something else. And then, yeah. The one thing that stands out here is that you're wanting this reconnection. You're thinking about it all the time. You're wanting a reconnection with him. Your outcome is all about make a plan and stick to it. Make a plan within yourself and stick to it. And maybe put a time frame on how long you're willing to wait, or when you will decide that enough's enough or whatever, okay? I'm not seeing any big coming together, a big love bubble, none of that. I'm seeing these bits and bots coming in and out with the energy. Let's see what we get here. Your overall energy about you and Fernando is the Hangman. Go and Psychic Revelation, look at relationships and Hangman. This is waiting. And I just said with the poker deck, you're going to be deciding how much longer do I wait for what I'm wanting. What am I getting here? Your challenges with Fernando is just feeling like this is not going according to plan. It's imbalanced. It doesn't work. This is a short-lived victory. It's almost like if you made contact with him, you feel that there's something good, but then it doesn't last. It doesn't feel right. There's also this clinging on, this waiting for something to change, waiting for something to be better. I can't remember if it's you or the other person I was reading for something about just being friends. This is not showing me just being friends. This is showing me wanting just being friends, but wanting more at the same time, because we got the Knight of Cups in reverse. Now, this can be an offer of more that you're not wanting, or it can be an offer that you're wanting that's not there. I don't know. This is stubborn and trying to pull the wall up, try and keep the wall there. This is wanting to just socialize and enjoyment and connect with each other now and again. Outcome on Fernando and the energies and what's going on there is, unfortunately, the Knight of Wands in reverse. I feel the Knight of Wands is a player energy, a fun energy, but I also feel when it's in reverse, it's a liar, sneaky kind of energy, not what you're really wanting. Page of Pentacles also in reverse, invitations going out or coming in that are not really wanted or accepted. And the World, the final card being the final, that it's done, it's dusted, in reverse, so it's not. Okay, I already shuffled and picked out your cards for your questions, so whatever your question is now in your mind. You do have a yes, but both of them are in reverse. It's saying a short-lived success, or also that feeling like something's just creating unhappiness, something that you thought would make you happy is actually creating frustration and confusion. The other card is showing me it's the Queen of Cups in reverse. So you've got to decide who you are to Fernando, who he is to you, and can you have what it is you're wanting with him? Because I see a lot of confusion in the reading. All right, donations are now closed. We are finished for the day. Thank you to everybody that came along. Now, where are you? O'Neill. O'Neill, are you still there? Oh, Maisha, hello. You've been great. You went through a lot, changes. Glad to be back and see everyone. I hardly ever come online like I used to. My husband's been retired for 2 years now. And he was coming to the club 3 or 4 times a week, and I was getting on live 2 or 3 times a week. And then we started coming to the club 2 times a week, and then 1 time a week, and then we stopped going to the club, and then he got sick, and then I got sick, and then we got robbed as well. So a lot's been happening. But yeah, I think that as we get into the last part of the year, I will possibly be on, I'll try and get on at least once a week. It'll only be for about an hour, Maisha. What I have been doing for my regulars, that includes Chris, Bethel, O'Neill, and Alyssa, Erica, Maurice, all of you out there. If you miss me when I'm live because I haven't been on as much and you do really want a reading, all you got to do is connect to me through my email, or if you're on my WhatsApp, connect to me through there and you do your regular payment, and when I can, I will get your reading done. And what I did today, Bethel paid me 2 days ago, Chris paid me this morning before I went live. So if I know I'm going to be going live in the next 2 days, I will do your readings first as soon as I get on live. You don't have to be there. I can tell you in a message that I've done your reading, and it starts right at the beginning. Like, I don't think Bethel was here for her reading this morning. Other than that, from time to time, what I've done is I just do a recording and I upload it. I try and get it done within 48 hours of you paying. So this message goes out to everybody. I'm going to put a message on my community page for others that aren't here today or aren't seeing this reading, this channel today. But that's what happens. Now, getting back to O'Neill's question. I was thinking about you, Maisha, the other day. I hope you're still there, but I was thinking about you the other day. My gosh, that's weird that you've come back online. I was going through photographs and stuff in my phone, and I must have at some point screenshotted your face and put it on your profile in my phone. But yeah, welcome back. Hopefully you're well. Okay, O'Neill, just quickly, I'm just going to pack this all up. You wanted to know if I've ever done a life path reading. The thing I do with numbers, your birthday numbers, is kind of like that. It will show me the stages of from when you're 0 to 29 years of age, from 29 to about, you know, in your 50s, and then from your 50s and beyond. So it does 3 sections for you personally from your birthday numbers. That's one way of looking at a life path of what your challenges are going to be, what makes you you, and what's going to be your thing. In regards to the numbers, if you have a partner, we can look at a business partnership, but if you have a love partnership, we can look at your birthday numbers together to see whether it's a functioning relationship, whether it's going to do the long term, what the challenge is going to be. So that kind of thing as well. The other way of doing like a life path, I don't tend to do cards that go too much further than possibly 3 years. So I could do a reading that would be looking at sections, and these things could happen randomly. Like, even if I say that in about 6 months this could occur, it could actually occur tomorrow. And then something I say that could be happening very soon could come out a year from now. I used to do a reading style where I would get the person to shuffle, or I would shuffle focusing on them, and I would select 13 cards that would represent a year to 3 years ahead. And then I would place more cards down, and I'd basically do a reading on that. Those type of readings are not the 10-minute readings I do online. They are a private half-hour reading. If you want more information on O'Neill and you would like to go ahead with it, email me to find out what my fees and charges are for that kind of reading. Being that you're in another country, of course you can't come and sit in front of me. It would have to be a recorded reading, and there will be certain things I need from you, like your birthday, names, first names of anything you want me to look at, and a general atmosphere of what sort of focus area. Are you wanting to know about love life, family, children, money, work, travel? And then I can keep the focus point in those areas and not sort of spin off in a different direction. But anyway, hopefully that's explained what I can do, but I do know what you're talking about. I know there's people out there that sit down and they look at, I think it's the star charts or something, to see when you were born and what the alignment is, and in 10 years' time what the alignment will be and where you will be and what your challenges would be, and that. I don't do any of that. I don't actually know anybody I could put you onto that does that. But I do know there are people that do a life path of from now until the end. I just feel that there's a lot of free will involved in looking forward, especially if you're wanting to know about you and another person. They've got free will, you got free will, and then you got the stuff that happens within the world. I mean, if we went back to 2018 and we told everybody in 2018 that every single person around the planet's going to be suffering because of a particular thing, in 2020, and people are going to be ostracized and people are going to be locked down and people are going to be doing this. If you went back in time to 2018 and told people that there's something big and black coming, they'd go, pfft. So that changed people's course. You know what I mean? People lost their businesses during that time. People got divorced during that time. People died during that time. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff in there. So I don't generally look at where you're going to be now right through till the end, you know. But I have done readings when I used to only do private readings. A lot of people would come to me once a year, and some people would tell me that the readings I did 3 years ago, everything they would write, because they used to write it all down. They ticked everything off over a 3-year period that I told them. Everything was ticked off. Between 12 months to 3 years, everything would get ticked off. It didn't make sense when I read it, but as these things eventuated, once a month I told them to get their reading out and read through it and tick things off as they go, and also prepare themselves if there's something on the list, prepare that that's coming. I'm not professing that I am 100%. No reader is 100%. But yeah, they used to tell me, there was one individual that would come once every 3 years, and they showed me the piece of paper and said, everything happened, everything. So anyway, that's it. Oh, I predicted the past 15 months. I remember when I did a reading and for some reason I picked up on like possibly fire or house burning down, and that happened not long after. And I remember you were going through quite a bit back then, and then you were doing your own soul journey thing as well. We'll have to catch up. Anyway, I've got to get going, guys. I wasn't planning on being online at this time of the day. And I'll pass on the rest of those messages. But yeah, anybody that is interested in readings, I'll have to do a recording. I literally confirming my experience. You predicted the last 15 months and you did the reading over a year ago. So I had to come to tell you. Oh my God. Okay, thank you. Thank you for that. Okay, Nina. Yep. All right. All right. Yeah, Nina's constantly like, when I look at little things for her, when she helps me, I look at little things for her here and there. It might not happen that week, but then a couple of weeks later, she'll say, remember you told me this about this particular person or whatever. She said, word for word, it's all happened. Some people, it doesn't happen word for word, and some people it happen really opposite. It just depends on the connection I have with the person and how it goes. But the fact that I have people getting readings over and over with me has to tell me that I must be helping them and I must be giving the correct information and helping out in some way. So I'm hoping that my readings help people. And the little donations help me to keep my electricity bill paid and things like that. But yeah, I knew something black was coming. I had no idea what it was going to be, and I didn't do a reading on myself. And I did ask Nina, my world, to shuffle up her deck and pull out cards for me. She didn't read them for me. I read them for myself, but I wanted her to pull them out. And I could see something really black was going to hit. And my house got robbed. And then when I looked back on what was predicted, the Seven of Swords came out repeatedly, and that means theft, robbery. It can mean violence and lies, but it literally means stealing. And we've lived in our house since 1993, and we've never been robbed. Our whole street has never been robbed. And now, change of times, our house got robbed and 2 other houses in our street got robbed. A lot of houses in the area have been robbed. And it was really, really hard. Like, it's been still very hard. Like, I talked about a holiday with my husband yesterday, and he said, what if we go away on a holiday and they come back and take more? And I said, well, we got cameras and everything now, so if they come back, we're going to see them straight away. So we can't live our lives where we're in fear that if we go away from the house and go on a holiday or something, that these thieves are going to come back. Otherwise, you'll never go anywhere. Oh, she got married. Did you get married, Maisha? Oh, you married him. Congratulations. I remember you saying no. And I said, I don't know. I just see. And even when you showed me the 2 pictures, I said, I'm drawn, you know, I can see this and that. Wow. Anyway, I need to go, guys. We'll have to catch up. Maisha, I think you're on my WhatsApp. If you're not and you've got a new phone number or anything like that, please email me at psychicbetty, B-E-T-T-I, psychicbetty@gmail.com. Email me with your new number and I'll send you mine and we'll reconnect and send some messages backwards and forwards. I'd love to hear from you and catch up with you. You married Russell. Russell, yeah. I remember how much, yeah. Wow. Well, I hope that you've got every happiness in the world. And I remember you were trying to get that work thing going, and I felt that the guy you were doing the readings and the shows and whatever it was you were doing, I just felt like he was just constantly in jealousy about you socializing with clients, like talking to clients, so angry with how you looked that he wanted you to dress like an old lady and cover yourself up. That was his own insecurities, that guy. I'm not talking about Russell, I'm talking about that guy. The more, you know, that things started to eventuate, I just couldn't see you having a life with that person. You know, I couldn't see you even working with that person. You needed to shine. You needed to be you. And I felt that he wanted to put your candle out. He wanted to put your light out. He wanted to manipulate you and put your light out. Corey. He wanted to ride your coattails. He wanted you spending your money. He wanted you to cover yourself up. He wanted you not to be you, only behind closed doors. And he wanted you to wait, you know, like, yeah. Anyway, I need to go. I really, really need to go. I want to catch up with you. I've got a cake to sort out. I'm doing the cupcakes today, and then I'm working on the whole decorating process tomorrow. I may get online briefly tomorrow. I'm not really seeing it or feeling it because of this cake thing. I really just want to get home and get the cake thing sorted until I've got it sitting in the fridge ready to go in its box. I won't be happy. I won't rest. Okay, I'll talk to you on WhatsApp. Yeah, send me a message, Maisha, if you're still on my WhatsApp. I don't know if you're still there or not. Just send me a message through, and if you're not on there, just send me an email and we'll reconnect and catch up again, and hopefully maybe do some readings again for you. But like I was telling everybody, I don't know if you were online when I was telling this, because I haven't been online very much anymore. If you did want readings, what people are doing is they're still paying through PayPal. I don't know if the price has changed since you had a reading, but the detailed readings are $12 US, and the mini readings are $7 US, okay? So it still applies. I don't tend to like doing mini readings in a recording because it takes my time and that I've got to go and set up and do the recording and post it through. But if you wanted 2 or 3 mini readings, I'll do that. But mostly detailed readings or 2 detailed readings or private readings. So you can contact me that way, do the payment within 48 hours or less. I try and get it done and uploaded. And talking about uploading, Chris, your reading is done. It's on my phone. As soon as I get home and I get the proper internet connection, I'll upload it hopefully quickly and send it straight through to you. So you got that other reading that you requested about that individual. Okay. You've got me on PayPal. I have iPhone now. Okay, you've got me on PayPal, but I don't know if that's got my, I don't think it can give you my phone number to add you on the WhatsApp thing. Anyway, I need to go. Thank you. Nice seeing you all and good luck with everything. And I'll catch everybody maybe tomorrow, maybe not. If not tomorrow, definitely not Saturday, Sunday. Next week might be dicey if we're bringing my grandson back with us on Saturday afternoon. I won't be on live next week because my grandson will be with me. And I can't do live. I can't do live. When he was younger and he used to go to sleep for 2 hours in the afternoon, I could get live. But yeah, there's no going to sleep until 10 o'clock at night for him. He's full of beans and takes a lot of energy. So, and